What's going on, guys? Welcome back to No Impulse Control. I'm Justin,
I'm Jasmine.
and today I'm going to do something a little different, and she doesn't know I'm doing it. um, instead of asking you how you're doing, I want you to tell me what your song suggestion of the day is. What's the song that you woke up and it's just rolling through your head?
I got you. Hold on. Just gotta look up the name of it.
Okay. I have mine as well, but I'll let you
Perception
answer
Check
first.
by Tom Cardy.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
It's the one that goes, the me and my boys are gonna mess you up. I rolled a run. I rolled a one. I rolled a one. Fuck.
So
It's like a
it's a
D&D
D&D
song.
one. Okay, gotcha.
I've been listening to it. Also, Ziti I Buoni by Maneskin. They're both
Okay.
really popular TikTok songs. Highly suggest them. They're pretty good.
Gotcha.
Which song's going through your head?
Well, mine's pretty popular too.
Is it
Mine's
Mariah
Defying
Carey's?
Gravity.
I'm holding space
That's
for you.
oh, thank you. That's the song that literally like every other TikTok is Defying Gravity right now for me. And then I
I
woke up
know.
and one of the first videos I saw, it's actually between two. One of them is Defying Gravity. The other one is Teenage Dirtbag.
Yeah, you sent me that Teenage Dirtbag video. That was a good one.
But yeah, so between the two of those songs, my TikTok is just music. But yeah, Defying Gravity. I'll walk around just like belting out the words to Defying Gravity through the
I gotta be
house.
honest with you. I only know the two words
Oh
"defying
yeah,
gravity." I know
no,
nothing else.
that's I know some of it, like the uh, how high I can
Mhm.
fly, defying gravity, blah blah
Nope.
blah. Blah.
Nope.
Nothing
I
can
know.
bring me down. No
Yeah.
wizard that is or was something in all of Oz
For sure.
can ever gonna bring me. And then I'm not doing that
No, do
because
it.
no.
Defy gravity,
uh,
Justin.
you know what's really funny? I had two students do that in my class. Like
You can't do that in class.
just like they were waiting for the bell to ring, and they, the trend right now where they try it, where they try the wah.
No.
Oh, you don't know that? That's a pretty
No, I'm
popular
on a
one right now.
very different
Yes. Yeah,
TikTok
I
right
know
now.
you are. I know you are. That's
Okay,
typically how it goes. But one of the things that's going on
that
right
was
now
so
is
rude.
one of the things that's going on right now is people are like trying the whoa and like
Oh, I
holding
mean,
it
I
out.
saw that a few years ago. That was
Yeah, no,
like when
they're
they first started.
yeah,
Or are they
they're
back?
really doing it now. Yeah. And so
Oh.
I had two kids who one of them goes, "Do it." The other one goes, "No." And they're both girls, which, whatever.
Well,
And one
now
of
you're
them
just making
goes,
fun of women. I see.
"How is that even close? Don't even answer that question. I'm moving on. I'm not even going to hold space for that." Uh uh but I like they're like, "Do it." "No, do it." "Okay." And then she goes, "Wow." But it's like super off pitch.
Hey, if you're watching this, kid, watch your teacher roast you in
Oh
4K.
man. Hey, you're choosing to watch this. I'm not saying any names. You're making the choice here.
I realize you can see
Um
my. I'm still listening, but I realize you can see my little guy, and I gotta turn him so he's actually out in the. Well, now you can't see him at all.
but yeah, so
It's
that was
fine.
real fun. And the other one was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh my gosh." And I was like,
Oh my gosh!
"Maybe I changed my career. I don't
Maybe
know."
I've changed my career. Oh, that's good.
But
That's
yeah.
good.
So yeah. Um
So
I
the
hope you hold
TikTok.
some space.
I was good. The TikTok trend that I've been all over is this little guy. You see him?
Mm-hmm.
Making me laugh
Hilarious.
so bad. Did you see the olive oil one?
No.
Short version of this olive oil one because I don't want to spoil her glory. She posted that little the Muppet, and it was like a 20 slide thing, and it was because normally they're only like one or two, right?
I was gonna say I
This
only
was a
see two of them.
this was a long. Some of them are pretty long, and she was the story was that a couple kids had bullied her at school because of her dry hair, so she decided to do an olive oil mask. So she soaked her hair in olive oil, which is not what you're supposed to do. But she
Mm-hmm.
soaked her hair and then wrapped it up in saran wrap, but she didn't wrap it up very tight, so it was dripping all over the place. So, like, super late at night, she goes to the garage to grab a drink out of the garage fridge. And as she's walking, she's dripping olive oil all over the place,
Drip,
slicking the
drip,
floor
drip.
down.
Oh,
Thank
okay,
you,
go on.
Bruno. And
Not Bruno. That's very rude of you.
Mirabelle. No, Louisa. I
I
got
know.
there. I'm getting there. So anyway, so she's dripping all over the floor and she turns around and scares the cat behind her. And the cat jumps up and it scares her and she slips on the olive oil, passes out, like lands on her head, passes out. She wakes up hours later. She's covered in olive oil. She's confused. It's dark because the lights in the garage have now turned off. They're like the Sensu lights.
Automated, yeah.
Her phone is dead. She goes into the house. But her family has turned on the alarm system to the house. So she has to get in and she breaks into her home and the alarm is like beep, beep, beep. And she can't remember the code because she's confused and disoriented. So she goes to punch in the code and it doesn't work. And then it sets off the burglar alarm, the like loud blaring, and she had never heard it. So now she's more confused, covered in olive oil, saran wrap. It's like her pants are soaked. It's a mess. She gets up and her dad comes out with a titanium bat, like ready to, beat up the burglar, is
Yeah.
pissed that it's her. So he sets the alarm again and he's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you." She goes to bed, lays a towel down so that she can sleep in her, in her wet hair. When all of a sudden, like an hour or so later, she hears, or not hour, it was a little bit later, but she heard picking at her door and she looks outside to three men with flashlights. And she's like, "Oh my god, Dad, it's a burglar." It's the police coming to check on the burglar alarm because some automated like whatevers send once the burglar one is tripped, it goes to the police so they come check
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah.
So she goes to tell her dad, "Hey, there's actually burglars. We're being robbed now." And her dad is pissed because he goes downstairs and it's the police who were in the neighborhood to check on a water main that had broke earlier before. You will remember she has olive oil in her hair.
Uh-huh.
She wakes up the next morning for school, goes to wash her hair, no water because the water main exploded down the street. So she started this because she was bullied for her dry hair and had to go to school with saran wrapped hair.
That's wild.
She then posted a reenactment of this, of like her like reenacting it, and I was this morning right before you texted me and I was in tears laughing.
At that point, I wouldn't be going to school.
Oh no, I would move. I would have to move countries. Also, there was one that was sorry, I have another one. This one's a short. It was only two. It was my face when I finally learned what I'm just going to say it cuz we're all here. Somebody was misusing the term bukkake and thought it was like pookie. So they called their boss that and it was my face when my boss had to tell me what bukkake meant. And then the next line was my was my face when I realized all the customers I had been calling that all day.
That's crazy.
I just can't imagine not looking that word up before using it,
Yeah. Well,
How
I
do
mean,
you
our
just-
kids do it all the time, but like
I know, but as an adult in the world,
as
how
an
do you.
adult, that's crazy.
And I saw a bunch of people commenting on it, and they were like, "I used to think this word meant this." And I was like, "How do you guys hear a word and not immediately look it up? What do you mean?
I don't,
You're
but
just.
that's because I don't use words that I don't know. I try not
Well,
to.
there's that too, yeah.
I just
I'm going to try and find it now.
I'm safe by myself, type of thing.
Oh, God.
That's wild. Oh man. Speaking of things that people don't know, holding space. Do you want to, as the more, I guess we both kind of connect to mental health, but like, you're closer to like, would you be
closer
How
to
would that
trauma? What? Why do I do the things that I do?
I think that needs to go on a shirt. just
I'm calling my Emma about you. I'm putting olive oil in my hair right now.
You better make sure no pipes break.
Oh god. Okay. What were you gonna
Oh
ask
man.
me?
What does holding space mean for those who don't know?
Holding space is a therapy term, and it's become more popularized as people do with like therapy things. But it's therapy talk for like being present in the moment and holding space for your emotions and saying like I am holding this moment to feel the things I am feeling instead of what this weird interviewer asked Cynthia and Ariana in the interview that people were
For Wicked.
holding space for defying gravity. Um, like she definitely didn't look that up before she that I don't know, that bothers me about interviews. Like you're going to interview two people and it's definitely going to be posted on the internet. Why would you not like double make sure you knew what all of the things meant, you know? That way like if you ask a question they don't understand, you can clarify. But
Yeah, you
anyway,
got to know your information first before you
right.
want the stuff. It's like teaching. I think that's why we
Right.
have that mindset. Like we tend to know what we
Well,
want as an answer before we
right.
ask the question.
We also grew up like on the cusp of internet like stuff being really big. Are you good?
The wall is right here. My brain
Yeah.
was flipping it so that I was getting the light from outside. But then I was like, wait a second. This side is really bright, but this side is next to the wall. Why? It's because I have a white wall
And you have a
and the
light.
sun is reflecting. Yeah.
Right, it does that.
Anyways, go
Um,
on.
don't even know where I was at. Uh
We grew up in a time
oh, we
something
grew up at a
something.
time like for the journalism where like digital literacy was such a big thing that was taught to us, of,
Mm,
like how to present yourself on the internet because
mhm.
the first few years of the internet no one was taught that and then they were like ooh we need to we need to
We gotta
quick
figure
quick
this one
we
out.
got to figure that out real fast because these kids are not for the weak. But yeah, so holding space just means like to be present in your like it's a mindfulness thing too, but it's taking a moment and just holding the space that you are in for whatever you're feeling, going through, acknowledgments, whatnot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, people like Jasmine was saying, there's an interview out there. If you haven't seen it, most people have.
So funny.
Um, where the interviewer goes, people are holding space for
Defying
defying
gravity.
gravity,
And Cynthia
which is a
puts her hand,
song
she's
in
like,
Wicked.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And then Ari
I didn't know that.
and Ari was like Ariana Grande was like trying to comfort her, but she was like Cynthia's hands here. Ari was
But she was petting her hand with her thumb. It
like
was
it
so
was
weird.
so weird.
Also, I don't know about you. Have you seen any of the interviews from the Wicked from them? From Cynthia and
Mm,
Ariana?
I've seen
They're
some.
all so weird.
Yeah, I
And they're
wonder if that's like
crying
what they
in
were
all
trying
of
to do.
them. I don't know, but there was like such big speculation of like what happened on the Wicked set because they're just crying, and like
I mean, to be
there's
fair, to be
it's been a
fair,
couple years, yeah, Hollywood. Um, well, and
that
after
and Al and oh my goodness, Wizard of Oz set was not a good
well,
place.
there's that too.
So
Um, for those of you who don't know, you know the snow scene where it's all falling down? That's asbestos. Also,
in the
Judy
original Wizard
Garland.
of Oz,
Yes, in the original was Ross. Julie Garland was high for a lot of that.
she was forced to be on a diet of coffee and
And
cigarettes.
cigarettes. She has a really messed up life.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, I was looking through that the other day, like at one of those slideshows, and I was like, oh my god, this poor woman, like,
Yep.
she really went through it.
Yep. And
Yeah,
yet that's a cult classic for our
I
like.
know.
I mean, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
I love it. I grew
Have
up
you
on it.
have you seen the trend of when she's singing about the house coming down and Galinda's like, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, it's so funny. It's like people reenacting Galinda listening to the house began to twitch da 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 da
Yeah.
that one, and it
Yep.
was Galinda trying to listen to Dorothy, but that scarecrow looks a little too familiar, and it was
That's fair.
yeah, I don't know. Wizard of Oz, man, weird lore.
I had so one of my TikToks actually was like I don't know why it was early on in the Wicked like press so
Hmm.
but I had it where somebody was like doing the timelines of both
Oh yeah.
and it really like it filled some gaps. I didn't understand how it connected until
Well,
like
yeah.
I knew there was a connection. I knew like who was connected, but
Hmm.
I was like And then she filled it out, and I was like, oh, so
Well,
we're
and
very connected.
it's like a fan thing too because Wicked is like fan art of Wizard of Oz, like the original
Right,
screenplay. Wizard of
right.
Oz was the original, like it came out, and then Wicked was based off of it. Kind of like, I'm not going to go there. We're on a kids show. No, we're not. I said Bukaki earlier. Um, it's kind of like the same thing. The Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey. Did you know 50 Shades
Oh,
of Grey was Twilight fanfic? Now you know. I'm not editing in a rainbow, but imagine there's one over my head. I don't have those skills
the
nor the
more you
time.
know.
The more you know, yeah. Found that out a few years ago, and I was like, ew.
That's upsetting, actually.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Hmm. Well,
Hmm.
if you ever go to Wicked and you're in the theater with me and Jasmine, and you try to start singing, I
I'm
will
gonna
throw
throat
popcorn
punch
at
you.
you.
Oh, throw popcorn at you, yes.
If it doesn't stop after the popcorn, then we're throw punching you.
I just went straight to aggression. My bad.
But yeah, don't sing like that. That feels like a common courtesy thing. That feels like something that
Yeah, but people don't have
you
that
should
anymore,
know.
Justin.
Okay, you know what? You're right. You're right.
Because, so I gotta tell you, and we're gonna go see it day of recording anyway, so I'm not gonna spoil anything. But we went to go see Moana with all of our nieces, right, over
Hmm.
Thanksgiving break. One of the breaks that we have. And there were a couple of people, like, just flat out on their phone. But you know what they didn't have? The Farmington, the rules that pop up on the screen that's like, please silence all
Yeah,
mobile
yeah.
devices.
Make sure
The
all trash gets into the rubbish bins provided. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got you.
we have that one on lock. That was really loud. I'm sorry.
It wasn't that loud.
Okay. You flinched right as I did it, so I thought that was super loud. I apologize.
No, you're good.
Um, but no, it didn't have anyway, these teens on their phones the entire movie. And like I'm trying to watch it, I'm tearing up, I'm watching the cinematic masterpiece, and then I look down and I'm like, y'all are on TikTok? You're in a movie theater watching a movie. Why are you on your phone?
Kids, I'm calling you out, so just accept that. Um, they have no ability to stay away from these.
I
They
know.
can't. They can't. As
I
soon
know.
as I'm done teaching, because I make it a rule in my middle school and high school, except for health too, because usually they're old enough to handle it, that their phones need to be away while I'm teaching. But as soon as I'm done teaching, boom, phones are out and they're on TikTok or Instagram or
I
whatever
know.
they're doing.
It's
I sound super old saying this.
But they're addicted.
You're addicted. Yeah, that's what it
Well,
is.
and it's that instant gratification, right? So like
Yeah.
it's as soon as you get on your phone, you have likes and views and comments and things that you can look at. You can just scroll and find something you're interested in quick. And it's
Yep.
over super fast. You don't have to wait for anything.
Yep.
I have a huge patience problem because I got addicted to TikTok for a while. Um Hi, I'm Jasmine. I'm addicted to TikTok, but like
Hi,
it's it
Jasmine.
it's so addicting though. And
It is.
I have to consciously put my phone away. So I downloaded a game on my phone that's like aggravating enough that I want to beat it, but it's also like it's just very calming. It's called Perfect Tiny. This is not an ad. I just really like it. But even that was like
If you
quick
use our code at
whenever.
checkout,
But that's even like addicting, like those types of games, because it's like
yeah.
a 30-second game and it moves on to the next level. And I have to consciously put my phone away because I'm just so into using it, especially during COVID, finishing up that like you could be on class and be on your phone because the teacher's trying to figure out how to screen share for the
Which
50th
is
time.
I think the problem. Like not the big problem. Obviously there's a big problem here and it's
Mm-hmm.
the phones are easily accessible and blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think one of our big problems right now is that the kids who are using the phones, the teenagers that are using the phones,
Mm-hmm.
are the kids who were on, Zoom. Oh, okay, bye. Um, she'll be back, I guess. They're the kids
So
who want.
I don't know what you said. I have two screens now, and I closed my laptop monitor thinking I could just continue on here.
Yeah, that was a choice. Um, I don't know what it picked up, but basically what I was saying is that they're the kids who are being taught online. They're the kids who
Yeah.
during COVID they had their phones, they had online teaching. They
Hmm.
didn't have to turn on their screen.
They didn't have to log on
They didn't
necessarily.
have to log on. It was just So it is
Well,
unfortunately it is what
and
we're living in right now.
a lot of these kids were fifth and sixth graders when this happened,
Yep.
and they were just given phones. Like, why? Ah, I sound so old when I say this, but why at fifth grade do you need an iPhone 15? You know,
You don't.
why in fifth grade? Like, and so the argument can be made: why do you need one? Well, I'm also an adult who has my own money, and I can regulate my screen time, and
And
I'm an
purchase your own
adult,
stuff.
and
Yeah.
I can understand the risks and harms associated with having a device. When you're 10, let's be very clear, fifth grade is 10 years old to 11. Why at 10 do you need to have access to any online resource possible without any parental guidance? Because you can put parental guidance on your phone. It does not mean
Hmm.
that it's going to stay. Do you know how easy it is to jailbreak parental guidance? All you got to know is your parents' password, which is probably your birthday or your older
Maybe
sibling's
we
birthday.
don't tell the kids that.
It's not that easy, but there are things. But like I
I yeah.
have I have
I think
tech
it's
heavy
dumb.
kids who break into things all the time where I'm like, how did you? But why did you?
Yeah. I think it's dumb that I I I don't know. I
Yeah,
know when I was in middle school, I had a flip phone.
I did too. What kind of flip phone did you have?
Oh, I don't know. It was just a flip phone. And then in eighth grade, I got one of those slide phones where
Oh
you
yeah,
turn it
slide up phone.
sideways, you slide it up. Those were
Oh,
sick.
my friend had the one that was the razor slide up where you slid
Where
up.
it
So
flipped.
no, I had one of those. I had one you
Nerd.
could slide up or you could flip open.
Ooh,
Yeah, it was kind of cool. So if you slid it up, you got the keyboard, but if you flipped it open, it was more like it almost looked like a Nintendo DS.
yeah.
I loved it.
I just had the slide up side,
Hmm.
so yeah.
Those were cool though. I gotta tell you,
Those
not
were
everyone
sick.
had those.
I
And
kind of
then,
wish that these iPhones had them. I'm gonna be honest.
yeah, well, you could get the Motor Razor. It is a flip phone.
I don't want to get a motor razor though.
Yeah, I don't want to buy anything that's labeled Moto.
Yeah. Well, I
Um,
mean they last though. Like
sort of. I don't know. My Brittany, my coworker, has one, and she's broken about four of them because the hinges keep breaking. They
oh,
don't make them
nice.
like they used to. Um, God, we
Right,
sound old.
grandma.
Well, no. So one of my friends had the old razor that was like the vertical phone. It was about, you can't see if I do that. It was about yay big, and it slid up like vertically,
Hmm. Yeah.
and it was slick. I loved that thing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
gotta tell you,
So
I really like keyboard phones. I'm really over. I don't
the
know.
touch screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that instant gratification. You type a number and you feel it and it goes in.
Hmm.
Like, and with those, like, I got super fast with those. It would be like,
I know.
boom, slide up, bam, slide down, go away.
Well, then when you click it close, you put that thing in your pocket. Oh my god, it was the best.
And
These
to
are
be
not.
fair though, like you can go fast with these. I
I can't
almost
go as
guarantee you
fast.
were. I was a lot faster on the other one
Well, you
on
had to
my
learn
slide.
the pattern too. This is
Yeah.
just literally a keyboard, and I can type really quick on a full size keyboard. I can't type very fast on this, and I've gotten so lazy. I'm using text to speech for everything now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. One hundred
Like,
percent.
it's so lazy.
If I don't got people around me, I'm hey
It doesn't
Siri,
matter if
text
I have.
somebody.
It doesn't matter if I have people around me, Justin. I'm
It matters
fl-
for me, but
I'm whispering into my phone to text. I'll text you when I'm teaching. Sometimes I'll respond and be like, voice. And my kids are like, "Are you voice texting?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am." What about
what's
it?
it matter to you?
It's quicker because I'm also trying to do other things.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
only do really the only time I voice text is when I'm connected to my truck. That's when I go and I voice
Mm,
text.
yeah.
Because if I'm driving, obviously I don't want to pull up my phone to try to text.
So speaking of lazy, reminds me, Justin. Before
Rude.
we started recording, what?
Speaking of lazy reminds me
Well, I was just
Justin,
saying.
and then you
No,
paused.
shush. You were talking. I had to burp. I'm sorry. You were trying. You were telling me at the beginning before we recorded about the Oxford Word of the Year.
Oh, yep.
Justin, what is the Word of the Year for 2024?
Brain rot. Which is
And
I want to make very clear, that is two words, by the way. Brain rot, two words.
yes, it is. Do you know what brain rot means? Like according to
Uh
the Oxford
I don't know
Word.
the definition, no.
Supposed deterioration of a person's mental or intellectual state, especially viewed as a result of overconsumption of material, now particularly online, considered to be trivial or unchallenging. Also, something characterized as likely to lead to such deterioration.
Skibbity dibbity toilet. Da da ba da
Yeah,
ba
yeah,
da
yeah,
boo.
yeah, all of
Yeah,
that.
yeah, got you. Yeah.
Apparently, the first recorded use of the word brain rot was found in 1854 by Henry David Thoreau. So truly, F you,
What was the
Henry.
word?
Brain rot.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
It was in the book Walden. And it was that the brain was rotting due to overconsumption of things. It was
Hmm.
literally like the very literal definition of it. Now it's used as like you post a video of you having fun with your friends and someone goes brain rot. Any YouTube like Fortnite compilation is brain rot apparently.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not.
100% brain rot.
Yep. Anybody I
I
see
played
it
this game in my class, okay?
called is it
This
brain
game is
rot or are
called
they talking?
No, but
It
that's
was
funny.
mean.
That's funny. That's not mean. That's funny. Anytime a kid starts using like that kind of
Brain
conversation, like,
rot.
I'm just gonna brain rot and keep talking on my own thing. I'm gonna do that. I guarantee. If you are watching and you're my student and you start skibbitying at me, you're getting brain rot and I'm
Do you
moving
get
on.
skippitied?
I get skibbityed.
I don't. I get
Well,
broad.
I deal with 7th and 8th grade too.
Even our 7th and 8th graders, I feel like I don't get skippitied. I
Oh
just get
man, I get
bruh.
some skibbity.
What
Oh,
I
I get
do,
bruh.
bruh? I'm calling
Yeah.
all of you out.
I get
Over it.
bruh. I get skibbity. I get oh, this one I don't love this one because I know what it means, and if they use it on me, I get angry. Diddied. When somebody says
Oh my
diddied,
god. I've
I'm like,
taken
you better
dots for
take that
Diddy.
back. Yeah, you might want to take that back.
Yeah.
Especially when they're using against me, and I'm like, ooh, you're gonna go to the office.
Ooh, I don't
Why'd
love
you
that.
send him to the office? Well, they called
I
me
got
Diddy,
diddied.
so I got diddied. Yikes! Yikes!
In my head, that sounded so much better. That's not what I meant.
Oh. Good thing you're
Ah!
editing. Good thing you're editing this
Oh
episode.
no, that's staying in. I'm here. I'm a woman of the
Oh,
people.
man.
Nope, that's not what I meant either. Also,
Brain
were
rot. Move
brain
on.
rot. We were talking about this. Do y'all want to know the name of the? You're not going to be able to answer me. The name of the guy who chose this word. He's the president of Oxford Languages. This man's name is Casper Grathwall.
Of course, he chose
Casper.
brain
Who
rot.
names their child Casper? I'm sorry.
Somebody
It's-
who really likes Casper the Ghost.
Do you want to know the? Ooh, I found the short list, like all the words that were almost chosen. Make a guess of some of the words.
I don't know. Let's see. How about? I mean, let's go Skibbity.
No.
No Skibbity Ohio Riz. Oh, Riz.
No. Oh, well, there's
Really?
something about Riz, but it's not Riz.
So like Rizzler.
It's not Riz at all.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you one
I
more
need
guess.
a hint or something.
This word is very cutesy.
Oh, demure.
Yep, demure is one of the words. It was on the short list. A person restrained in appearance or behavior of clothing, not showy or ostentatious. Apparently, dynamic pricing was on the list. Again,
Who's
2
using
words.
that?
I'm not sure. It's economic and business context, apparently. It's become prominent in less specialized use.
Okay.
Lore, as in like the lore of somebody. So like we said it with the
yeah.
Wizard of Oz lore. Romantasy, which is romantic fantasy. And then slop. I guess I don't understand, but there was a 332% increase in the use of the word slop to refer specifically to material produced using a large language model. So like AI generated things.
Okay.
I also have the list of all of the previous words.
See, that's what I was trying to find.
I
wanted
got
to see the
you.
list.
Would you like to know what 2023's was?
Give me a hint. Help me out. I want to
You've
try to
already
guess
said
them.
the word.
Is it Riz? Is
It
that
is.
where Riz was? Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought Riz was one of them.
I'm actually going to start us at the very first year.
Which is what year?
24. 2004 was the very first year.
I was 6. I'm not gonna know this.
It's a British one, so it started because it's Oxford, so it started in
Yeah,
Britain, and it was chav. It was
that
declined.
was the first one. Huh?
Oh God, I've just said a derogatory term.
So
2005
maybe
was podcast.
brain rot. Move on.
2006 was carbon neutral, and then 2007 was carbon footprint, which is hilarious.
Oh, it's because that's when they were like Frank Gore was becoming really really popular.
Oh yeah, yeah. Um, those were both the. Oh no, sorry. Carbon neutral was the American word. Brovard was the British
Maybe
one.
look it up before you
No, I know
before
that
you
one.
say
It's
it.
fine. Yeah, it doesn't have the. So the word that I said has a little note above it that says it's recorded as a derogatory term now, and I just didn't read that until after I said the word out loud.
Yeah, well, yeah.
2009, unfriend, because Facebook became a thing.
That's wild. Okay.
Yep.
When you get to like 2012, maybe I'll know
I
some of
got you.
these.
2012.
Is that the next one?
No, I'm just okay. So
Skipping
2010,
ahead.
refutate. 2011, squeezed middle, which again, not a word. It's two words.
2 words. If you're gonna
Um,
say Oxford word of the year, you need to choose one word.
2012. What do you think it is? It's an
Give
internet
me
thing.
an internet thing. Okay.
It involves an image.
Post,
No, but you could use this as a post. It's moving.
selfie. Oh, moving.
No, it's moving. It's a moving picture.
Oh, a reel. I don't
Nope.
think it's real. Any like what it was, but what is it?
It's a
A
GIF.
vine? A GIF? Oh my gosh!
2013. You just said the word.
I just said the word. So
Yeah.
vine,
No. A
reel,
picture. A post.
selfie.
Yeah, selfie was 2013. That was when it was first recorded being used.
That was around when duck lips were a thing.
Don't remind me of duck lips. No. 2014. I don't think you're going to guess this. This is when I went, oh no, earlier too. Vape.
Oh, why is that the word? Oxford.
Oh no,
Come on.
2015 is not a word, it's an emoji.
Is it purple?
No. No, it's not the devil face, Justin.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's the
What
one that you and I use most often.
the
No, we use that a lot though. That's fair. No, it's the crying
the
laughing.
laughing crying?
Yeah.
Okay.
The cry
Yeah.
laughed emoji was 20 made up 20% of all the emojis used in the UK and 17 in the US.
That's wild.
2016. Now this is an election year.
The year I graduated.
The year you graduated, an election year, let's keep in mind. What do you think the word of the
MAGA.
year? No. Do you want to know what it
Wow.
was? You're not going to get it.
I I want to try.
Okay, you can try. I don't think it's two
Election
words.
year. I need more hints. I don't know.
That's all I can give you because I truly don't know how to give a hint to this.
Okay, go ahead.
Post truth.
Oh, I wouldn't have got that.
After truth is what it means. So the truth after something has happened. Which is hilarious.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
kind of funny.
2017. I'm just going to give it to you because there's no way you can guess this. Youthquake?
First year. Oh, I remember that. I do
What's a
remember that.
youthquake?
I think it's literally what it sounds like. It's like when like younger people start to like rise up, basically. Like
It was a
start to do things.
1960s cultural movement.
And it came back. Like we're
Significant cultural, political, or social change arising. Okay, yeah. All right, that makes sense. I was very confused when I saw that. Good thing I just read it out loud, huh?
You're doing great.
Yeah.
So
2018.
18.
Yep.
Now this is I'm in UMF. This is your
Think Britney
first
Spears.
year
This is my second year, yes.
in 2018.
I
You
started
could, well,
college in
yeah. I
2017.
mean,
Yes,
yeah. Whenever it comes out, I guess would
it
be
comes
the.
out in December.
So then it would be, yeah, it'd be your second year. So
Hmm.
we were friends at
I
this point.
know.
Um,
Think Britney Spears
shaved my
songs.
head. Oh,
Nope,
uh,
songs. Just
toxic.
yes.
I nailed that one.
2019.
Okay, so at this point, we'd be living together at this point.
That has no impact on what this is.
No, I was gonna say, is it something that was said often in our house?
Not in our house, no, but
But it
probably in.
was in our circles.
No, not in our circles. It would be said
Okay,
in maybe like the ecology circles.
plants.
Climate emergency. This is
Oh,
2019 was when they were like emergency, emergency,
emergency,
emergency.
emergency.
2020. What word did we use 1000% in 2020? What
Did
type
we
of
use
times did we have in 2020?
COVID times?
Unprecedented times. In these
Unprecedented
unprecedented
times.
times.
Yeah, no, you're right.
2021. Ooh, this is controversial.
Oh, do we just move on then?
It's Vax.
Oh,
VAX.
gotcha,
Vax
gotcha.
was one of the most used
Yeah,
words in 2019.
yeah, I remember.
2022 was the first public vote, and 2022 was
First
Goblin
public vote.
Goblin mode. The public voted on Goblin mode.
That's got to show you something about us.
It's not good. And then Riz last year and this year was brain rot. That's just
Where are we going? That's
down. We're going
wild.
down.
We went from, going into like, climate stuff to drop it all the way down to freaking brain rot.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You know what's okay, so back to my game that I play in my class.
Oh yeah.
Because
Sorry.
I forgot about that. I play this game called Stump the Teacher. It's not hard to do. I'm not like a
Hmm.
genius or anything.
Hmm.
But the goal of the game is to stump me. Each group, I set them up in groups. They get to choose. I don't really care what group you're in as long as you're participating.
Hmm.
But you have to come up with 10, with
Hmm.
10 questions for your group that you know the answer to without looking
Hmm.
up anything. When you ask the question always goes to me first as the teacher, and then it goes to the other groups. And if it
Okay.
goes all the way around, you get the point. If it
Okay.
goes to me, I answer correctly, I get the point, and same with the other groups. And you go till you're out of time or out of
Hmm.
questions. This year, which was the first year that I've done because it can't be like personal questions. It's got to be like general knowledge stuff.
Hmm.
This year, kids asked me if they could use brain rot questions.
No.
I said yes because it is general knowledge. I mean, if you're on the internet, you probably know some of the stuff.
Did
So
you know
one of the
any of it?
questions, no, no, I didn't. But one of the questions was something like, what's his name? I don't remember his name, but basically it was like, how deep is a 6-foot hole? And it's like an interview, and this guy says, probably about 20 feet. Yeah, it's like, what's his name?
Sir, I'm looking it up. You got keep going.
Periwinkle? Is it? It might be Periwinkle or something like that. It starts with a P. But yeah, so he asked that question. That was one of the questions that they asked. They're like, "How deep is a 6-foot hole?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't engage in your brain rot culture."
Hold on, I found it. It doesn't tell me who, but I see
you
the
know what's
video now.
another one that makes me kind of upset?
What?
Pumpkin. That makes me angry.
Pumpkin.
Yeah, kids just walk around yelling pumpkin. And I know why. I think there's a
Why
video out
are
there.
my kids
we're
yelling
completely making ourselves look
pumpkin?
super old in this episode.
Why are these kids screaming apple and pumpkin in the hallway? I'm looking on
I'm pretty sure it's
teachers.
based off of a video, and it's a video of people like of people with disabilities saying these things. Yeah, it's kind of disrespectful. Not kind of. It is disrespectful.
That is horrible.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah,
TikTok
that one
about
makes me
asking
mad.
disabled people a question, and one of them answers pumpkin in a really deep voice. So basically, they're making fun of a mentally disabled person. Amazing, guys. You're so funny, and that's so awesome.
Yeah.
How do you come up with this genius that you're coming up with?
Yeah, it's super wrong, but
You know what, though?
that one makes me mad.
You know what, though? They're watching. I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to get angry. Move on.
Yeah. Okay. Did you have something else? You had another thing that you
I
found.
did! Did everyone hear about Brian Thompson? Do you know who Brian Thompson is, Justin?
No.
Brian
I know
Thompson
who
is the
medical care
United
is, yeah.
Healthcare CEO. This man was shot in broad daylight. Have you seen or heard the comments that have been coming out of this?
No.
They're amazing. So, not that I think murder is good. Let me just preface that. However, United Healthcare has one of the highest rates of denials for insurance, and they have one of the highest rates of when you go in and you try to use your insurance, they say, pay me first and then we'll talk, kind of thing. So they deny like up to basic procedures just because they can, or because you were 30 minutes outside of a window, or you didn't know that your insurance lapsed or whatever. So anyway, they deny claims like freaking crazy. A lot of people who have United Healthcare can't access the healthcare in the United States. So when the video got posted and said, Brian Thompson has been shot in broad daylight, all the comments about it are, man, I'm really sorry I filed a claim and my sympathy was denied. And like, I
Yeah.
have to be like, it's horrible, but I super get it.
Yeah.
This man was a multi-billionaire and he makes really good money off of letting people die. And
Could
I,
you imagine
again,
having that choice though?
what do you mean?
Or like, I guess it's not your choice specifically, but like having the power to say yes or no.
Oh yeah, no, I would never put myself in that position because
Mm-mm.
like I would just say yes to everybody. I fully believe that everybody should be covered.
Yeah,
Like
that's
I
something
I
Canada
just
does right now.
well
They do, they do that right. Everybody get covered. It just might not be the right
other
way to do
countries
it
do it a
for
lot
the.
better.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
Canada's
like Norway
healthcare is
does it
not,
really well.
yes, but they
Norway has
are.
good healthcare.
Norway has great healthcare because they also care about their citizens. But Brian is just
They have
another
great
example.
education too.
They also, yeah, they really do. You want to move to Norway?
No, I'd rather go to Ireland.
We could go to Ireland. Do you want to go literally anywhere else?
I mean,
But no, anyway, it was just like they're looking for a masked hooded vigilante in New York, and the authorities were like, "Oh, I guess he left New York." And they're like
huh.
they're doing like this very very in-depth like manhunt for this man, and they found his backpack. Oh, and the bullets had um CEO shot bullet inscription. What a search. Glad I'm on your thing.
Great.
Glad I'm on yours. It had the 3 Ds of insurance. So these are they're like a very popular insurance thing. Delay, deny, defend. Delay your claim, deny your claim, defend your stance. He wrote those on the bullets that he killed the CEO of United Healthcare with. And I gotta say, I ain't seen nothing. I ain't gonna
I
see nothing. I ain't never seen nothing.
I have said multiple times that I'm a very petty person, and I can
That's
respect
petty.
petty moves.
Petty
I
respects
respect the
petty.
hell out of that move.
Again, I don't
Not
condone
yeah,
murder.
not condoning murder,
But you
but I
know
respect
what?
the hell out of that move.
You know what though? Maybe if he had filed a claim 6 months in advance, he would have been approved for life,
Damn.
I've gone through the gamut of bad healthcare, right? So
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I've had the hey, I had to go to the ER because I was in crippling pain and I was given all these procedures that I was too like whatever to know what was happening. So
yeah.
I consented. I said, "Yes, I would like to have this done." And there were things like ultrasounds and CT scans. But when they do the CT scan of your head to see if anything's wrong and they go down a little bit past your shoulders, they can now charge you for a full body scan. Fun fact. You
Hmm.
can get a code, but you have to call the hospital and get a code to say why they went below your shoulders. Then you have to call your insurance and say, okay, this is what the hospital code says. And then they say, we're still not going to cover it. So you call it back and you say, I'd like an itinerary of every single thing you did. And oftentimes they'll take things off because they're just trying to bill for the maximum dollar.
Yeah.
But you also have to wait until their billing department is open and you're available and they're like, it's such
Yeah.
a hassle. So like
Medical stuff is impossible
so like
in the
last
US.
year, right, last year I went to the ER in November. I ended up and I got a diagnosis and I was very happy about that because I needed that information. But I went and I was in the ER for it was like 7 hours. I was in the waiting room in like laying at like this angle with my hand pressing on my stomach. It was so painful. They put an IV in me. They never hooked me up to anything. I ended up finally getting back in the back when they gave me
Hmm.
pain meds, and I got charged out of the freaking wazoo for a doctor consultation that lasted 5 minutes. I am
Yep.
still paying off that bill, and when I started paying it off, it was like 5,600. And every time that I pay 150, in interest adds onto it. Why is there interest on my bill? It's not a credit card. So anyway, it's just like it's so I get it. I get why I get why he did what he did. And I don't agree with murder, but I don't not agree that
Well, I'm
this
pretty
needed
sure I saw
like
something on Facebook maybe
uh-huh.
of all of like the medical like insurance company owners
Yeah.
and how rich they actually are.
Yeah, it's a little insane.
I I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like, here's my problem. I could not say at this very moment in my life, I could not say that I would do anything different because I'm not there, and I don't ever think I would be. With that being said, my moral compass points to a direction of helping people. As
Right.
I am a teacher, I literally that is like my job.
Well, I think there's a
So my thought is, if I were to get that rich, and if I were to run a company about health insurance and blah 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 blah, I
everybody would have free
think
healthcare.
I was gonna say I think I'd be pretty
But
open
you
to
know what?
helping.
You know what though? You would never get that rich because of your moral compass. Like not to say you
Right.
can never be a multi-billionaire. I hope
No,
one day
it's
you're
true though.
whatever. But you can never morally be a millionaire or a billionaire.
Yeah.
You always have to step on someone's back to get way that far ahead of everybody else.
Right.
And did you see? So Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, which is the insurance I had, posted a thing a while ago where they're like, "Hey, we're rolling out this new thing. We're only going to cover the first hour and a half of your anesthesia,
I
and
remember that.
after that, you're in like whatever." And so a bunch of doctors were like, "No, like if I'm doing a triple bypass and they can't afford that, I can't just stop the surgery and be like, no, your insurance ran up."
Yeah.
Because then they're not going to get the healthcare they need, and you're supposed to cover it. And then Brian got shot. That policy got revoked, weirdly enough, because everybody found it really confusing.
How
Um,
interesting.
Also, the CEO of McDonald's is bringing snack wrap back.
I did
I
see
think,
that.
I
I'm down
think,
for that.
right? I was like, although I'm not buying McDonald's right now, but um,
I am. Fuck it.
I have a
I
moral.
know. I know.
I
I know.
um, but the snack wraps. I'll let
Snack
someone
wraps are
I'll
good.
let someone else spend their money and then I'll
Yeah.
take the benefits, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
I'll let you spend your money and I'll just Venmo you. Um but no, like a bunch of these CEOs who, they watch someone that they've probably gone to illicit drug parties with get shot
Maybe
on the
visiting
street.
Diddy.
Yeah, well, then they see them get shot and they're like, "Ooh, maybe the people are revolting."
Maybe it's time that we don't
I
do
mean,
these things.
truly, like a bunch of news reports were all like upset about the comments and they were like, "These people are horrible. They're hateful." And it was like, are they hateful or are they apathetic? You know? Like I don't hate Brian Thompson. I'm just apathetic to this. Actually, I do hate Brian Thompson, but I'm just apathetic towards the situation because I'm like, how many people died because of his policies, you know?
Yeah.
How many people died so that he could buy a third yacht this year? Um but a bunch of news reporters were like all upset and went, "Oh my god, I can't believe people are this way." Do they not remember how everybody reacted when the submarine went down? Like, do they not remember how uncaring everyone was towards that situation? Like, yeah, people lost their lives. How many people did they kill?
Right.
It's not our fault that they chose to go in a submarine that was shoddily built, that was tested and said it can't make it down there, and then, oh my god, it exploded. That's on them. I
And
don't
it's
know.
not our fault that, this guy decides to deny people.
To
I know
walk
it's not
around in broad
directly
daylight.
his choice though. That's the thing. He probably got a board of directors. He's probably got, these people. And like I'm not defending him in any way, but I know it's not directly his choice, but he
Mm-hmm.
could very easily say, "You know what?
But
No."
he's the CEO. So yes,
Right.
he's got
He
a board of
could.
directors, but they're his policy that he's
Right.
approving or denying. Board of directors
That's
can't just make decisions,
right.
unless you're a
But
school
they
board,
can talk
apparently.
you into it.
Yeah. If they tell you, I mean, and they should also face consequences. Somebody was posting about like if this guy is caught, a jury of his peers is going to be like 30 seconds in,
Dude,
not guilty. He's fine.
I freaking hope so. I really like.
Like,
I'm not saying like don't go around murdering people.
yeah,
That's
please don't
what
do
I'm
that.
saying. But what I am saying is like, if we ever get like to the point of like super popular, we cannot have these conversations because I think we'll get canceled super quickly.
The I well, no, because other people have these types of conversations that are
Yeah,
super
but they're not
popular.
specifically saying like what we're saying.
We're not saying anything horrible. Brain rot, Justin. Brain rot.
Brain rot. Move on.
Okay,
All right, one, two, three. Come up with your.
this is all fake. I'm not justifying a murder. I don't think that he should have been injured for harming other people's livelihoods. There, we're covered. Everything I say here is a joke.
As the billionaires say.
We don't want to talk about what the billionaires say.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
All right, one, two, three. Come up with something that you like. Just a random word. We're gonna come together.
Huh? What?
On the count of three. Think of
Okay.
your word.
Okay.
Ready? Okay, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Lamp.
Celtics. I love lamp. Okay, so Celtics lamp.
Oh, I got one. I got one. You're not gonna get it, but I like mine.
Okay. Okay, I'm ready.
It's supposed to be quick, Justin.
I know. I'm ready.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Moths.
Lights out.
Well, moths because lamps, and then the Celtics jersey
Yeah.
behind you in clothing.
Well,
And
I was
moths.
thinking Celtics shooting lights out, lights.
I don't know
lamp.
what that means.
They're shooting really well. They're
I don't.
making
Yeah,
a
I
good
wouldn't
shot.
have known that.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Okay.
trying to get us closer. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, so lights out.
Lights out and moths. I got mine.
I think I've got mine. Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Bug
Bug
zapper. It's the same thing. Have a great
I was
episode,
gonna
everybody.
I think that's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
What are you thinking in your head? What is the picture that you're seeing?
The little hangy thing that the bugs fly into and go bzz.
With the blue light?
Yeah.
Okay, we're on. We're good. That's it. We got it.
Go team.
Nailed it. Where can they find you, Jasmine?
Asmitsa1721 on all socials. They can find me teaching Monday through Friday. I just had this conversation with one of my kids. I know you're watching. Murder is not good, bud. Let me just say that right now. And they can find me at Asmitsa. They can find this show at No Impulse Control on socials. After January 19th, no more TikTok, so
I saw that.
I'm
We
gonna go
might
insane.
be able to talk about that next
time.
episode.
Yeah, let's. And merch.
Brain rot.
I'm actually wearing my merch right now. It's really cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's really comfortable.
You know what's funny?
You're not wearing your merch?
No, I am wearing my merch.
He's wearing his merch too. But yeah, merch is at thesoccerking1239.com. There's fourth wall tab, all that good stuff. Justin, where can they find you?
CSK1239 or The Soccer King 1239 on most or all socials. And I had something else I was going to say and I forgot.
Don't go kill your CEOs, folks. Have a good one.
Oh, yeah. To Jasmine's student, don't murder. It's not good. All right. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.
Peace.